This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSC game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55, what's goody? Kill the vibe, how could it? Big card on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. The mother shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Sean, Thompson. And you know that boy Higgy. He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the car, no sports zone.
Let's get this camera turned on real quick. What is up, everybody? Yeah, I'm up late. It's a late night. Got a big day tomorrow, so can't really sleep that much. But hey, it has been a pretty interesting day today. Got good news today, got bad news today, and we'll kind of go over all that. But what's up, Sean? What's up, Ville DeVille? Yeah, it has been a minute, and I'm holding that against you. Not really. Kenny Payne will win those games. That's right, Don. That's right. You hear what kind of upgrades they're doing at the Yum? No, but I'll be in there tomorrow night, so I'll see if anything really has changed. From what I know, they're adding a second row of courtside seats. That's all I know right now. And yes, Antron, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. That kind of messed me up, really. And I want to say what's up to Trevor and Shanna watching on Facebook. I got my phone here so I can see the Facebook stuff, which I haven't been able to. They're supposed to check that out during the kickoff show. But I just want to get on here. I don't know yet, man. My health, I'm still not 100%. And like I told y'all last week, I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I dreamed I did. But we went to SummerSlam in Detroit 2 or 3 weeks ago, and not only the day after did I sleep the entire ride home. I came home, slept all night, got up about 10 o'clock the next morning, which I don't normally. I'm an early riser, so I don't normally. What's up, Babu? So it took a lot out of me, and I didn't go to the gym the next day. Trevor in the house, in the building, the entrepreneur, Trevor Edwards. Hey, look, if y'all need any kind of inflatables or anything for kids, I don't know what else. I'm sure you can tell me, Trevor. I'm giving you a shout out right now. Hit up our guy, Trevor Edwards. He most definitely can get you taken care of, But yeah, it took a lot out of me. So I'm not there yet. I'm working hard every day trying to get there. I've had a couple of weeks of little to no weight loss, like within 2 pounds. Or 2 weeks ago, I lost 2 pounds. Last week, I lost a half a pound. What's up, Ryan? It's getting frustrating. I can't work out as hard with this injury as I used to be able to, or I'd be down a whole lot more now than what's up, Andre, than I was. But so let's touch on a couple things real quick, and I'll turn over to you all. First off, Saturday night, 7 p.m., Cardinal Sports Zone kickoff show for football. I will be there. All the CSC podcast guys should be there. We will have special guests Lavelle Boyd in the house. We will have special guests Keith Kelsey in the house tentatively. He's giving me a definite maybe. He normally doesn't let me down, but y'all know how football players are. It is what it is. And Brandon Radcliffe said he possibly was going to come on. And those guys normally would just flat out tell me no. So I believe that we'll have them all on. I know Lavelle will be on for sure. And we're going to go over some of the stuff leading up to the kickoff next week. But we're going to save some stuff for you all because we have a very special announcement for the end of the show that we think is going to make our fans extremely happy. It's something that we've worked for a while to get to, and we're excited about it. So tune in. We'll tell, and obviously we got to tell y'all towards the end of the show because we want to keep y'all on the whole time. But Lavelle Boyd, Brandon Radcliffe, Keith Kelsey, and me, not a bet. If you're playing poker, that's 4 of a kind right there. And then Sean, so that's the Joker. No, Higgy would be the Joker. It is what it is. How much more do I got? About 35 pounds, but I could get it. You played with Lavelle in high school. No, you didn't. I played with Lavelle in high school. 1 season I played with. He was a freshman when I was a senior. Oh, we're just doing it remotely. I can't. My immune system has taken a beating. So, Steve Rummage in the house. Yeah, late night, man. I'm trying to do some self-promotion. It is what it is. So get plenty of rest this weekend. Next week's game week, absolutely. No. It's going to all be remotely. He's not coming in town. He will be in town. Okay, so then you had to know my brother. If you played at Doss, my brother played at Doss. Small world, very small world. What's up, Hunter? Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know that. So that's, like I said, small world. But we're doing it remotely, just like we do these. I'm still a little iffy about going out and doing a whole lot of stuff around a lot of people because, like I said, my immune system has taken a beating over the last 6 months. So it is what it is. But Saturday night, 7 p.m., you've got the Cardinal Sports Zone kickoff show. Tomorrow night, however, me and the CSZ podcast guys and a couple of my closest friends. This is your brother's security account. I don't know what that means, Sean. We're going to be in the Yum Center, KFC Yum Center, for WWE Friday Night Smackdown. Tickets as low as $20. And they did ask me to pass that along. But just think, you could go, your family could, for less than $100, you can take your family of 4 to watch WWE. And tomorrow night should be very special for a plethora of reasons. You've got Rey Mysterio versus Grayson Waller. The dark match was supposed to be Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, but Seth was replaced by stinky Matt Riddle. So I'm not really happy about that. My wife isn't either. You did not play at Doss, Steve. You played at Bullet Central. Hunter, watching the Reds and you. 2 winners. Hey, man, I love that. Look, I love it. So to recap really quick, Friday night Smackdown at the KFC Yum Center. I'll be in the Cardinal Sports Zone suite chilling with my best friends and Sean. I always have to rag on Sean a little bit. So we're going to have a good time. Saturday night, we've got the CSZ podcast kickoff show with, again, guests Lavelle Boyd, Brandon Radcliffe, Keith Kelsey. Yeah, Andre, it's really, really sad. But the good part about something like that happening is that, like, with us being there in attendance, they'll probably do a lot of tributes to him so we can honor him in the way only wrestling fans know how to honor people. So, Trevor Rummage, you're going to the alumni night tomorrow. Okay. They're having a private conversation on Facebook. So y'all go ahead and have a good time. It is what it is. And it could be. Ryan, great point. It could be a tribute show in memory of Bray, and I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, loved Bray Wyatt, was a big fan of what he was actually slated to come back in 2 weeks. So, well, yeah, they normally do the tribute shows. So what we're saying, Andre, is that the whole show from 8 to 10 on Friday Night Smackdown, they'll do things all night to honor Bray Wyatt's memory. I know the last 2 weeks it's been preempted for stupid Bengals. Apologize if y'all are fans for Bengals football, but we've been watching on the Fox Sports. Yes, you will. Look, Steve Rummage will be in the CSZ suite tomorrow. I'll be in the CSC suite tomorrow. My wife and his wife will be in the CSC. My brother will be in the CSC suite. What? What are you smiling at, Teresa? I said my wife and brother. I thought I did anyway. Several members of the CSC podcast will be there. Just a whole bunch of people. And go Steelers for sure. What day do you think Braum is going to release the depth chart? 30 minutes before kickoff. Probably. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to have a good time tomorrow night. Going to have a good time Saturday night. And like I said, at the end of the show Saturday night, we will be giving you all some big news. Steve knows the news. He actually helped me facilitate the big news. It's going to be a good time. So make sure you tune in Saturday. You're tuned in now. I appreciate y'all tuning in so late. I'm sitting here with my wife and my mother. We are watching. So there's a show we love. It's called Big Brother. And they put live feeds up sometimes, and they're doing a competition on the live feed. So they're watching that while I'm talking to you all and having a good time. How much does it cost to get in the CSC suite? Great question, Hunter. It is that suite was expensive, and it's only something like it. If you're one half of the tag team champions, like you can see there on top of the CSC arcade machine, that's only something ballers like me, like my brother, like Steve, like the CSC podcast. It's only stuff that we can do. So basically what you got to do is build up a friendship with me and stay friends with me for multiple years. And it's that easy, really. Let's see exactly. This is unique. This has happened while they are in Louisville. It would be sad to say, but it will be, honestly, it will be a historic night, even if it's for negative reasons. It's going to be a historic night, and I'm honored to be able to be there, to be able to celebrate. I don't know what they plan on doing. I don't even know if they're going to do anything. I hope they do. I would think that they would. I expect the show to start off with the 10-bell salute. I expect little vignettes to be played all night. So it's going to be a good time. Again, this isn't officially the CSE podcast. I know the graphics say so, but they're so pretty I couldn't waste them. I just wanted to talk about our show, talk about Smackdown, talk about Bray Wyatt, talk about the big announcement for the end of the show, and we can talk a little football too. And what's up, Rick? I'm getting a little nervous the closer we get to the game. People have been asking for my Jeff Nunn, our senior citizen, our senior correspondent at the website, asked me today for a game prediction. And it's so hard to predict a game for a team that, A, you've only seen practice. B, I know I'm using numbers, but still. B, you haven't seen the coach here before. 3, I switched over. We've had so many transfers come in, so you don't really know what to expect. Still did my request, and I've known him for many years. That's true, Sean. You got to put in a lot of time with me. I am high maintenance. I'm a diva. And yeah, that's okay. Steve says Louisville 120, Georgia Tech 2. I like it. Official prediction. That's Steve Rummage. Again, I shout him out every episode. Him and Marcus May been doing the Lord's work from 10 to noon, Monday through Friday on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. That's my favorite. I don't know. That's my favorite shout out every show. It gets my radio voice back going pretty good. Let's see. But yeah, I'm nervous. It's not because I don't think we're going to be any good. I think our schedule sets up well, and I don't want to give too much away because that's what we'll be talking about later in the week. But I think a lot of the teams on our schedule are a little weaker this year. We got a nice draw as far as the conference teams are concerned. Kentucky sucks. It is what it is. So if everything, it's like we talked about last week. This team for me is talent versus potential. Do we have the talent to be very, very good this year? Absolutely. Or do we have the potential to be very good this year? Absolutely. Will the talent step up to that potential? I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen Jeff Braum coach here at Louisville. I don't know what to expect. But if you twisted my arm, I'd say 34-24 Louisville. Sean says 31-17. Let's see. Thanks, man. Oh, absolutely. Look, y'all know me and I have known Steve now for 18 years, which oddly enough, never mind. There's a joke there. It's an inside joke between me and Steve. It is what it is. One of my best friends. Probably, I've got a tie. I can't really put anybody above each other, but I have like four best friends. And it's Lavelle. It's Chris. Shout out to Chris. Lavelle, Chris. Oh, Terrence and Steve. So that's why whenever I do, and nothing against the podcast guys, they're definitely right there underneath them. But I've known those guys forever. Like they put in time with me. So I got nothing but love for them. I got nothing but love for my podcast team. All those guys there would be in my next round. Like if you had to, which I don't know why anybody would ever rank their friends. I definitely have a tier 1 and then a tier 2, and then I don't really have a big circle. So if you're not like one of my top 10 friends, I don't really fool with you. I'm just kidding. Losing MJ killed me. The curse, absolutely. Farley is my boy too. Yeah. Go put soap in your mouth. You said the K word. I know. I apologize, but I did follow that up with they suck. Rummage is a real character. See you at 4 tomorrow. And here's the funny thing. Steve has always been a real character. Let me tell you this story, and I'm not going to embarrass him too much. I first met him when I got hired by Geek Squad. They opened up a warehouse in Shepherdsville, and me and Steve, shout out to our boy Armando, we were all three, and Tim Slinker too. He watches the show. He DMs me all the time. Appreciate your support, bro. We all started in the first class of people that got hired at the Geek Squad warehouse. And I broke my foot a week before we were all supposed to start. So, gosh, it must have been 2 months in. I finally show up, and I've still got a boot on. I'm hobbling. I got crutches and stuff. And I walk in, and I don't know anybody there. But if you know me, I'm like my dad in this fact. He never met a stranger. I have zero. Yes, I know Sean Hampton. Bro is my dude. He's played on multiple basketball teams with me and Steve. That's my dude. So I walked in, and I overheard, and oddly enough, it was Steve talking to Tim, and Steve was like something like, I think Farley got kicked off the team. So he didn't know I knew Farley at that point. And I don't know why, but that was my in. I was like, oh no, I was just with him last night. He's good. He'll be back. And it kind of, that was it. It was love at first sight for Steve. And then he found out I could get tickets. So he loved that about me. Had connections even back then, 18 years ago. I had really, I mean, I still do, but I had strong connections then because I had friends that played on both teams. See, my love for Steve went through the roof the first time I heard him talking about smacking someone in the mouth. Hey, look, I said that to say this. So once he found out, like I hung out with the basketball players and stuff, that made me cool in his eyes, I guess. Rayshawn, what's good, man? So we go up on campus, and it's me, Steve, and T. And it's the first time T had met him. And he was like, Steve was pumped to be up there, like to hanging out with I would like to say with us, but it was mostly T he was pumped to be hanging out with. And he was real jumpy and stuff. And T was like, I bet you won't go out there and holler at a girl. And Steve was like, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm going. So he went out to the front. We were at the Bursar's office. And he walked out to the front of the Bursar's office and not only talked to the first pretty girl that walked by, but then he started break dancing. And I'd never seen anything like it before in my life. It was amazing. He was still very young though. So I'm like 10 years older than him. At that point, I still was, but he was. So we had a tumultuous start, but because he was young, but man, we go on vacations together, we hang out together. Oddly enough, he tells me he spends a lot of time with my wife. I don't really like that, but I spend a lot of time with his too. But it is what it is. Great dude, great people. And yes, I'll see you at 4 tomorrow, Steve. We're going to go grab some food at Bear Nose by the Bridge prior to Friday Night Smackdown. We're going to have a good time. Like I said, I'll be there. Steve will be there. Our families will be there. My niece will be there. From the CSE podcast, my brother will be there. Wes will be there. Sam will be there. And Sean will be there with his sister, his sister's kids, and his sister's fiance, which you all may know is Daniel Spencer, co-host. Well, I'll call him the host of the Ringside podcast. He'll tell you within the first 2 seconds of you talking to him that he's a professional wrestling referee, which he is. He makes sure to name drop that every WWE superstar we talk to, every Impact star already knows, but anybody outside of that, he's sure to tell them. Let's see, thanks. We needed that gym. Break dancing Steve is the most amazing Steve I've ever seen. Well, I take that back. I don't know if I should share this, but I'm going to. There was a football game. Me and my wife and my niece were over at his house. Steve, stop me if you want to stop me. Will Higgy be in town? Absolutely not. I don't think he watches wrestling anyway. Now, I'm sure Higgy will be here in 2 weeks because in 2 weeks, Jack in the Box has their grand opening. 2 places in Louisville. So that's probably, he'll probably be here for that, but he's not there. What's up, Derek? Appreciate your support always, bro. Always supporting the podcast. Need to get him back on as a sponsor. He's been blown up, so he probably don't even need me anymore. But so we're sitting there watching the football game, and Louisville did I don't remember which game it was. Did 2 or 3 awesome. They're just Steve. If you've ever watched a game with Steve, you know how intense he is. Super intense. And Louisville tricked off 3 or 4 good plays in a row. And Steve came running in the living room with his shirt off. He had his shorts pulled all the way up to they were Daisy Dukes, and he was running around the living room. It was amazing. I don't think I'll get in trouble for saying that. I don't care. Those are probably top 2. Teresa, can you think of anything else? Text me if you can, and I'll say it if I can. I can't think of anything else. Oh, we used to do this. Okay, so we used to do this last thing. We used to do this YouTube show together. I'm not legally, I'm not allowed to talk about it anymore, but it was fun. He was the host of it, and we just used to think of Pauly D and Vinny from Jersey Shore times 10. We used to prank all of our friends and have a good time. Yeah, Party Boy Steve. That's just how he rolls. It is what it is. But again, if y'all have any questions, I'll absolutely address them. We'll talk about it a little bit. If it's football related, I'd like to save that for Saturday night or for the following announcement. So I'll keep that pretty much under wrap as much as I can. But yeah, I was up. They're watching Big Brother. So I'm like, I'm gonna hop on here and talk to my people for a little bit. And it's been a good time. So do y'all have any questions? And while I'm wrapping up, I'm gonna go back around and wrap up. Ask me in the chat over here. So tomorrow night, KFC Yum Center, 8 p.m. Friday Night Smackdown. Tickets as low as $20. The action actually starts at 7:30. Gates open at 6:15. So make sure you're there. It's a very, very, if you like wrestling, it's cheap entertainment. And also get out to OVW on Thursday nights because that's a great value as well. And they work really, really hard. And hi, Charity. We were just talking about you. Does Ty get cleared this year? Okay, we'll put that up on the screen for when I get done wrapping up. Tickets as low as $20. You take your whole family, or if you know me, I guess you get to go for free. It's crazy, but $20. Tickets as low as $20. You'll get to see a main event of Finn Balor versus Stinky Matt Riddle. I don't know if that's his new name or not. It is for me. Rey Mysterio versus Grayson Waller has been announced. And Jimmy Uso, I expect to see Jay in Solo as well. But Jimmy Uso will show up tomorrow night to address the crowd and much, much, much more. We'll probably do one of these lives from the suite tomorrow night as well. Uncle Larry's in the building. Appreciate you, Unc, coming in, hopping in and talking to us. And then Saturday night, the 2023 season 5. So altogether, this will be our, after it's complete, that'll wrap up 10 years in radio in the city of Louisville for us, whether it be CSZ on 93.9 or the CSZ podcast. So we've got 9 in our belt. This is number 10. It's crazy. I don't feel like this has been going on that long, but the website turns 12 this year. The radio stuff turns 10 this year. So it's crazy. And I appreciate all the love and support y'all have given us. We couldn't have done it without y'all for sure. But Saturday night, season 5 kickoff, football season kickoff. We'll have all of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast personalities will be rotating in and out alongside with my guy, Lavelle Boyd, and my dudes, Brandon Radcliffe and Keith Kelsey. Brandon's probably one of the top 5 running backs we've ever had here at Louisville. And I don't know anybody who could argue that Keith Kelsey's not a top, definitely top 10, maybe top 7 linebacker of all time at Louisville. Very, very happy that they're going to be coming on. They both said they would try, so I believe them. Big announcement set for the end of the show. Sorry, I'm trying to look over and check, see if anybody said anything on Facebook. Big announcement, like I said, at the end of the show, so stay tuned. Wait for that. Listen for that. Let's see, anything else? Nothing else on the timeline. Does Ty get cleared this year? So, Don, thank you for asking all the questions because nobody else is contributing at the moment. I think we might have to bring Don. I'm gonna need you to sponsor the podcast, so that way we can have. Look, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. We've got a special, brand new main sponsor this year, and I can't give it away just yet. You'll know Saturday night because it'll be all over the well, maybe it won't be just yet because I'm working on a couple more sponsors, and I like to have all their graphics on there. But there's an opportunity for maybe you to take advantage of. We'll talk off the air. But does Tyler get cleared this year? So pull the curtain back a little bit. Last week, 2 days before it was announced that he had enrolled, I talked to the staff. They told me, no, there's no chance we're going to get him. And 2 days later, he was enrolled. Now, what that made me feel like is that when they said we're not going to get him, they meant he's not going to play this year. I could see him maybe jumping in at the midway point. It's let's see, Hunter Smith, Lavelle Boyd likes to keep it stirred. Yes, he does. And listen, I don't know if I'm pretty sure we're gonna go on this rant Saturday night. Lavelle Boyd is a top 8 all-time Louisville wide receiver, and I'll let you argue with me about that. He only got to play 2 seasons, but those 2 seasons he was phenomenal. And I saw him. I appreciate that, Don. Paracharacter lift. Look, it just spells it out. Paracharacter lifting some weight, saying keep it up. I appreciate that. He should definitely be in the conversation, and he's overlooked a lot. And we're gonna find out how he feels about that. I don't know how it got on. But eligibility issues. So I would. I guess he could join mid-season, but if the staff is telling me they don't, third down Boyd. Absolutely. Look, Uncle Larry, hold on for just a second. I do want to talk about Lavelle just for a few. And we'll ask this other question from Don next. But from what the feeling I got was no, he won't play this year. Because if they felt like he was going to join midseason, and it's too late for me to text them and ask them, and they'd be like, "Boy, what you doing texting me so late?" Don, let's address that too. You know what? Let's do football, and then we'll come back to your basketball one. And remind me if I skip over it. Third down, Boyd, absolutely. Lavelle was so. First off, he's top 12 in all receiving categories all time, and the only reason he's top 12 now is because there's been some kids that have played since him, and he's still in the top 12. Secondly, no wide receiver in Louisville history has had the senior day, not only against a quality opponent like Houston, like he did. Nobody's ever had 12 catches for 192 yards and 4 touchdowns on senior day. So flex Lavelle. And Don, not only was Lavelle a heck of a cornerback in high school, Lavelle was a quarterback for Joey's freshman football team in 93. So the 92-93 season, Lavelle played quarterback, he played receiver, and he played DB. And he played kickoff return. So very athletic, very gifted. Was not a shock to me to see him play in the NFL for 8 seasons. Really wish he could have caught on. He just literally, it was bad timing. But yes, one of the most prolific third down wide receivers of all time. Who could forget his Hail Mary catch against Memphis down in the Liberty Bowl? That iconic. And then the very next week, or it was the week before, I don't recall. It was either the week before or the week after, he had a chance to catch the game-winning touchdown against Army in overtime, and they passed interference to him, and it wasn't called, and he dropped it. So that kind of sucked. But Don, he did have, like, pulling back the curtain a little bit. Every time that I had like a 3-on-3 tournament, it was always me, my brother, a friend of mine. His name's Fred Tisdale, 6'9", just bruiser, athletic guy back then. He's old now. Just kidding, Fred. What's up? And Lavelle was our fourth, and we went to Cincinnati, and we ran things every year. So it was a fun time. Lavelle actually had the first, because obviously I'm not dunking. I wasn't dunking anything then but donuts. But I threw him an alley-oop, and he got an and one in our very first game up there. And that's when we knew, like, this is going to be easy. It's going to be fun. And the first year we actually lost in the Final Four. The second year we lost in the championship game. And the third year we made the championship game because yours truly got fouled shooting and hitting a 3 with no time left on the clock, and I hit my free throw to win the game. So it was awesome experience. But yeah, okay. So Thursday night, Friday morning now. Appreciate y'all tuning in and stuff. What big time guys is Kenny having the best shot at next class? I do not know right now. I know he's still working Carter Knox pretty hard. I know Carter Bryant is still on the radar. Man, Stephon Sheck. Look, a lot of people, again, another guy, every time I get a rec league team together, Bro's on that team, Stephon's on that team. One time, look, y'all got me talking and reminiscing and stuff. One time, I want to say it was 2012. Me, Bro, Stephon, Chris Travis, Adam Childs, and who else was on that team? Gosh, my brother was on that team. I can't remember who else was on the team, but Steph averaged 40 points a game, and he shot his field goal percentage for the year was 94%. Just couldn't miss anything. And he took smart shots. And he made more threes than twos that season. And we made it all the way to the we were in the Metro. So we were in the Metro Parks tournament. We won the city tournament, went to the state tournament, and lost in the did we lose in the no, we lost in the Final Four against a team full of pro guys. Steph. Not only was he a great dude or great basketball player, he still like I talk to him every week. Like that's my guy. Tony Williams, another guy that I remember. Well, I mean, we went to school for 1 year together too, and he actually was a part of Cardinal Sports Zone at the very beginning. So, didn't he catch the game winner in that crazy game against Army? No, Hunter. He got pass interference on. He caught it, got hit late, and they didn't call a foul on the other team. Whatever it was, he should have had back-to-back game-winning touchdowns and didn't. But his senior year, he had double-digit touchdowns. He had that amazing senior day game versus Houston. Like I said earlier, I think it was 12 catches, 192 yards, 4 touchdowns. Not sure on the catches and yards, but he definitely had double-digit catches, definitely had over 180 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. And that day was not only special for Lavelle, but it was special for Chris Redmond too, because like we all came up together, and for him to finally get the green light to throw to Lavelle like that, when you got guys like Ivan Jackson or Ivan Green, Arnold Jackson, Zeke Parker, Charles Sheffield, and you give the third down guy a starting role, because he was a starter his senior year. He started a couple games his junior year, but showing how he came back from adversity, because before those 2 game-winning catches, I believe he also had we lost to Tulane at Tulane because he caught a ball like a yard short of the first down. We were going in for the touchdown. It was like 4th and 4, and Chris threw the ball so awkward, Lavelle had to catch it on his knees, and he was down instantly. So to go from a disheartening play like that to back-to-back exhilarating plays to show that trust was in him, like huge for him. And I mean, I can even remember him. I want to say it was his senior year. I know his senior year that they beat Trinity in the playoffs. So Don, I guess you would have been a part of that team if you played all 4 years. But my senior year, we played Trinity, and this dude threw a behind the back Hail Mary to, I want to say, Sean Wimberly maybe, that put us up 7-6 at the half. I don't remember if they went on to win that game or not, but just amazing. Shout out to Bubba. Absolutely. Look, all of the Jalen, phenomenal football player. Jaron, really good football player. Bubba Chuck, sucked at football. I'm just kidding. Doing big things in the music industry, man. I'm very, very proud of him. So, like Lavelle had, he had 4 kids by the age of 12. I'm just kidding. Very, very proud of my boys. For sure. And his daughter, Deasia, she's very successful too. So shout out to all of them. Love them. Robbie, live. I'm absolutely coming to you live. Wrapping up, though. Hope y'all had a good time. I'm trying to do more of these on the fly podcasts, so that way we can just bring you more content. And, like, there's times when I'm sitting here and want to talk about stuff, like I said, little things. Like, this isn't something that we'd normally spend this much time on. We've been on here 40 minutes. I just want to make sure everybody knows to watch our show Saturday night at 7. Again, huge announcement in my eyes. Then we'll have Lavelle Boyd, Brandon Radcliffe, Keith Kelsey. Maybe I can talk Steve into coming on for a few minutes. It is what it is. Yep, Sean Wimberly was awesome. Okay, so did they beat Trinity Lavelle's junior or wait a minute, your junior year was his senior year. So okay. I got it straight. We're there now. But appreciate all of our sponsors. Again, we'll announce those on Saturday too. Had a couple stick with us. Got started so late in the season because of my injuries and stuff. So I didn't get to talk to everybody on time, but still got some really, really, really great sponsors. shout out to all of them privately. We'll shout y'all out on the show Saturday though, and got a new intro video coming as well. Same song because we're gonna stick with our song, but new highlights in it, so that should be entertaining. I'm excited to see it. Our guy Louis does our intro videos. Our guy B Sim does the music. It was really good to see him at the TBT a couple of weeks ago. I feel like I saw everybody that I hadn't seen in a long time at the TBT. Go Cards, take care, keep. That's all I know how to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all's support. Again, if you all want to support us, I'll throw the graphic up real quick. I mean, the sponsors are not the same, but I'll put up the graphic. You can follow us on social media at all these places on this side of the screen. Twitter, Instagram, I'm not calling it X, Card Sports Zone, Facebook, Cardinal Sports Zone, 3 words, YouTube, Cardinal Sports Zone, 1 word. And if you want to, help us out over here, you can do that at Cash App at CSC55, Venmo JSW55, or PayPal at Wahman78@gmail.com. And, you can help out the squad, and we appreciate it. We love y'all. We appreciate the support. You can catch the podcast on all the podcast avenues as always. Buzzsprout, TuneIn, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Google, iHeart, Amazon. There's so many places. Wherever you can, let me go ahead and get this graphic back. Wherever you can find podcasts, you can find us. Hit subscribe, hit follow, hit like, do whatever. When you watch the YouTube's back, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate all y'all's support. CardinalSportsZone.com. Go there for all the latest news. That's the place that I'll begin. Check out the photo galleries from Jeff Nunn, TJ Barr, Justin Kruger, to name a few. We have phenomenal photographers. If you want to, you can also access the podcast from the website, CardinalSportsZone.com. Hit the podcast tab. Scroll down to CSC Podcast. A lot of our other stuff has been live with 55. Those should still all be up. Our 93.9 stuff was all pulled down when they redid the stuff up there at 93.9. Nothing malicious. They just redid the server and stuff, and all of our stuff got lost. So it's no longer up there. I probably need to eliminate that part of the tab. But again, support our guys, Marcus and Steve, doing the Lord's work Monday through Friday from 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. Back to the chat. Or you can listen. Are we friends on Facebook? Yes, we're friends on Facebook, Robbie. Absolutely. The Facebook chat's just not integrating through to the podcast chat. And they're supposed to got in contact with the people up there, and they're going to check out the podcast on Saturday to try to fix that. So it is what it is. Let me see. Lucy, do you want to say anything? Lucy? No? Lucy don't want to say anything. Lucy wants to go back to sleep. We're hanging out. We're having a sleepover. We're having a party over here at the Wahman household. Take care. See y'all Saturday night. If y'all see us at the Yum Center tomorrow night, come say hi. Until next time, this has been, been live with 55 and not the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, but I got to give the show the rub. So this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, Lucy made her debut for the season. See y'all.